What's up, Videolanders? I'm Brad, and with me today is Cousin Wayne.
What's up?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Long time no see, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, well, it's time to adventure through the post-apocalyptic world of Mad Max Fury Road. Are you ready for this, man?
I am ready for this.
All right, man. We're going to watch the trailer. We're just going to give some thoughts and opinions. So, you're going to watch the trailer with me, man? And then we'll pause it and we'll talk about some things that we want to talk about the new Mad Max movie. All right, so this was the trailer that premiered at Comic-Con. So that's the Pursuit Special right there. That's the first time that we see the car in 30 years, man.
Just hearing that thing turn on gets me excited.
About like there's
water wars.
Water wars are going on, gas wars. So the opening of this trailer really set you in that time frame of Mad Max.
Yeah, kind of a post-apocalyptic, everybody's screwed.
Yeah, because you just watched Mad Max 1, correct?
Yeah.
So Mad Max, did you get the sense that things were going downhill fast?
Yeah, kind of on the edge. I mean, this wasn't a good time,
Yeah, but it wasn't as bad as Road Warrior or what Fury Road.
I mean, you still had gasoline, you still had working government, you still had, your shit together.
Yeah, you had a police force, which was, what was the police force called? MFP?
MFP, yeah.
What was that? Do you remember what that stood for?
Shit, no.
Yeah, MFP was, screw us in the comments. But yeah, so this is really cool. This is a special moment. The first time in 30 years, we get a new Mad Max movie. We get the new Pursuit Special,
Yeah.
And this thing looks like pissed, like it's been through hell.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
But it looks awesome, dude. Yeah. And I love this desert landscape here. And this supposedly the same landscape here is the same landscape that they filmed Road Warrior in.
It does look like kind of got that desert wasteland thing going on.
Mad Max is just standing there like he's just king pimp of the desert.
Either that or he's taking a piss.
Yeah, he looks like he's taking a piss, doesn't it? So the lizard sneaks up on him. Smack. He puts a smack down on the lizard head. He gets in his car.
Oh, that's sweet.
That is bad. So he takes off into the distance, and behind him we have a group of marauders.
Yeah. And they really do look like the gangs of Road Warrior.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, it just kind of the dress and their style of vehicles.
Yeah, I love the look of them, man. I mean, we see the Pursuit Special, man. What do you see?
It gets fucked.
I mean, this Pursuit Special is flipping. All that's a practical effect.
Oh, yeah.
And George Miller's been cited saying that 80% of this movie is practical. And, like, you see those cars, flying over the desert. Yeah. You see Mad Max's car flip. That is awesome. That is stuff I want to see. And he's even been cited as saying that, he knows that, you can only do so much with CG.
Yeah.
And you want that practical effect. And he said that you can tell there's something real about flipping a car that CG won't do for you. You can tell the difference. Your eye's not retarded.
Yeah.
So that's just awesome, isn't it?
Oh, hell, practical effects way better than CGI. That's one thing I was worried about when I first saw this trailer was how heavy that was going to be.
Yeah. And like
was it going to look like an Xbox game or what was going to go on?
Yeah, and with the 80% practical that he says, 20% is still CG, and it looks like there's a couple eyesores in this trailer that that 20% is a pretty hard 20%. But I can forgive. We'll get to that when this.
Yeah, as long as everything else is good. I mean, I can overlook certain things.
Yeah, and once we get to that CG, we'll point that out. But the CG, some of that is an eyesore, but man, this practical effects.
I'll take those any day.
I'm willing to forgive. A crazy tornado sandstorm. That we're gonna see here in a couple minutes. I'm willing to forgive that if you're flipping cars and you're throwing cars at each other, and it's just gang members and practical effects and just blowing things up. I'm on board. Give me fun 80% of the time, and that's all I'm asking for a good movie.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting in the theater, I'm having fun 80% of the time, and there's that 20% of the time I'm like, man, I gotta go take a piss. I'm cool with that. Just give me 80% of a good movie where the whole time I'm glued and I'm like, did you see that? Did you see them flip that car? Did you see those cars run into? That's awesome. I just love it, man. I geek out on that stuff hardcore. So, anything else you want to bring up about the Pursuit Special flipping? Do you think that car is going to come back in the movie?
No, it doesn't look like it. I mean,
what do you think this is in the movie? This car flipping? Do you think this is probably a halfway point towards the end?
Hopefully, it's towards the end because I really want to see a lot more of that car.
Dude, no, you're right on. Because I would hate for this just to flip at the beginning and then there's no more Pursuit Special.
And that's when I'd go take a piss.
Straight up, dude. So I was like, I want to see more of this car.
It just looks fucked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, this car flips. It's in bad
If
shape.
that's in like the first 5 minutes, man, that's
Yeah,
gonna be depressing.
yeah, that would be depressing. But I mean, we'll see later on here. Like he gets taken prisoner, so he's going to be without his car for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
But the little bit of time that the Pursuit Special is on screen, I want to see them be like, who's that guy and who's that car? What's this car all about? You know what I'm saying? Because man, Mad Max is married to his car, man. You see, I can't just think Mad Max and just take the guy.
Yeah,
it's like it's a complete package. Man.
Exactly.
It's the Pursuit Special and Mad Max. So I'm hoping that we get to see some action.
Yeah.
And did you watched Road Warrior recently?
Yeah, I watched that the other night.
Doesn't he have like his car rigged up with explosives?
Yeah. Well, when he first gets taken by those people, that's one thing. He has it on the left, and he's got a bomb under there.
See, that's awesome.
If they try to take his gasoline or whatever.
Yeah. Does he have like a knife down there?
Yeah, he's just ready.
So like he's an extension. That car's an extension of Mad Max.
Not to mention the dog.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the dog. Yeah, and that crazy feral kid.
Yeah. We don't talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about him.
So I can't wait to see that car flipping. There's some fun stuff going on in this trailer. And something else that I want to bring up here soon is, check this out.
Now, see, if that weren't his car, I would love that, but it just kind of worries me a little. They're going to do that too soon.
So Mad Max that's the longest I've ever seen his hair.
Oh, yeah.
Even in Thunderdome.
Yeah, it was kind of
Yeah, but it looks like in this, like he's been in the desert for a while.
long time.
This is probably the beginning of the movie right here, I would imagine. I would be willing to wager they probably get him early on in the movie. You know what, and going back to after seeing this, I don't imagine that they take Mad Max and they have him for 10 years and his hair grows out, and we get to see the exodus of Mad Max. I don't think that's going to happen. I bet you they capture him early on in the movie, and that's where his long hair is. He's kind of like that desert hermit, is what I'm almost imagining. What do you think?
I could go with that.
And so then I think they take him, they capture, they take his car, and I think that at some point he's going to get that back.
Yeah, why would they keep him alive, though? I mean, for such a...
Well, I think we're going to get to that in the tattoos.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about the tattooed ass.
Yeah, so they're dragging him through the desert. Now, Charlize Theron here, this is very interesting. We do know her character name is Furiosa, which was going to be the name of this movie or the sequel, which kind of fits into the canon of Mad Max of just weird names. Like the bad guy in this movie is Immortan Joe, is his name. Yeah. And this is something I wanted to, I didn't know if you knew or not, and I didn't want to talk off screen about it because I wanted to kind of talk about it during this video here. But the bad guy, when he comes up, you're going to see him. He has that mask on.
Yeah, I didn't see part of that.
Yeah. Do you know who that is?
No, I have no clue, actually.
That's Toe Cutter.
Oh, no shit.
The guy from Mad Max 1, the bad guy?
Yeah.
The main bad guy. Mm-hmm. That's him 30 years later. But
He's in pretty good shape. Yeah, that old.
And this movie isn't connected, supposedly, as far as we know, to Mad Max 1.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's just like from Road Warrior to Beyond Thunderdome, where what's that guy's name? Bruce Spence, the guy who drives the helicopter, and then he shows up as a totally different character.
Yeah.
And Beyond Thunderdome, same idea.
Oh, right.
So the guy who plays this is Toe Cutter from Mad Max. So just some little fanfare.
That was sweet.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
So it's the same bad guy from Mad
that.
Max 1 is the same bad guy from this.
Yeah.
So
right on.
but anyway, so you look at Charlize Theron here. What do you feel about them casting Charlize Theron?
50-50. I mean, it's just going to be weird seeing her do something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of wish. I mean, this is
I'm open to her doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like excited, like yay, she's in it. But
yeah, I don't think it's a deal breaker. Especially you see these practical effects. Tom Hardy's one of my favorite actors of this generation.
Yeah, so be more focused on him as Mad Max.
Yeah,
they couldn't have done better with that.
So I don't think Charlize Theron. I think she's a fine actress. I don't think she's going to do anything positive or negative to the film.
She's going to just be there.
She's just going to be there, I think. But it's really cool to note that if you look in this trailer still here, that she has some kind of robotic hand or some kind of metal arm or something.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious of how she got that, if they're even going to go into that. They might not even, it might just be a part of her character.
Living in because like that feral kid you were talking about, he had to have part of his hand wrapped up because he kept catching that blade on. Maybe she's got something like that.
Yeah, maybe something like that. And so, but you're going to
Or maybe it's that feral kid years later who had a sex change.
That'd be great.
Why not?
It is a Mad Max movie.
You can do whatever the hell you want.
So this is very interesting.
Yeah, that's really
so if about a minute into the trailer, you see they've captured Mad Max. His pursuit has flipped in the desert. He's got long hair. They're leading him somewhere. We don't know where they're leading him.
And that looks like shit's at the fan.
Yeah, things have gotten real bad for our buddy Max. Yeah.
Is it his back or his ass or what?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's his back. I'm going to go with his back because
so.
white tattoo his ass.
Well, white tattoo?
Yeah.
No.
I
will read that. I mean,
yeah. So there's.
It says his dick's okay.
Okay. For you guys out there, there's a scene in this. There's a still. Okay. In the trailer, it goes over it briefly, but we've actually paused it and we looked at it. They are tattooing these marauders. They've taken Mad Max, captive, and they have him like chained up somehow, and they're tattooing or branding his back.
It looks like he's been over a table.
Yeah, he's been over a table, and they're branding his back. Now this is a weird scene, but I kind of like it.
Weird.
It's kind of weird, man. But if you zoom in, we've noticed some things. We've noticed what the tattoo says, which is very, very fun to read. His tattoo or his branding says, it says, piss, okay. Okay, so they've tattooed this on his back, a whole branding. It says...
Now, does that mean his urinary tract's going good?
Yeah, I don't know. So
that piss is okay to drink?
Yeah, and then it says, genitals intact. Okay, this is a tattoo they're putting on him. No wonder he's mad.
Well, yeah.
He's like, what the hell did you put this on my back? And then it says...
All I gotta do is look down.
And it says his blood type is what? 0 negative? Yeah, 0 negative.
O negative.
Yeah, 0 negative. O negative, high octane. And then he's a universal donor right there. And then it says that, piss okay, genitals intact. And in the middle it says road warrior. At least they gave him his name, But I mean, so... It brings up some ideas. Now, I don't think this is what the movie's going to be about. But
I hope not.
What if this movie was about 80% of the movie was cars crashing into each other, right?
Yeah.
And then they capture Mad Max to drink his piss. At the beginning,
that's what the price of admission.
At the beginning of the trailer, they've stated that there's some water wars. They're out of gas, and so it would make sense that they're just drinking. They're trying to capture healthy people,
and they just got them chained up with their dicks.
Yeah, they chain up loners. These guys walking the desert, and they drink their piss. I don't know what this means. Okay, this is in the trailer. I'm not making this up. Okay, I'm not making this up. It's right here.
I kind of wish you were.
Yeah, well, yeah. But whatever. I think this is gonna be funny because I know probably that they're not capturing Mad Max just to drink his piss. Okay. That's just funny to talk about because my mind is going places. But what do you think? Okay, in a practical sense.
I'm sorry, okay, I can't get in a practical. They're tattooing his back that his dick's okay and he can piss straight.
Yeah. Well, so Mad Max, even though this is a desolate world, his dick is intact.
Maybe they use him for breeding to increase their members. Maybe thinking of the future.
Okay.
Maybe in this world, post-apocalyptic, maybe there's a lot of sterile people or...
Okay. See, I can go with that. I mean, it's fun to talk about. It's funny. But yeah, you bring up a good point. Maybe they're branding these people to say... And he's probably got the nickname Road Warrior. I bet he's kind of proven himself.
Or maybe it's a class. You know what I mean? Like there's Road Warriors and then there's something else. And
no, yeah, I can see that totally. I can see that totally. Or if they give him the nickname because at the beginning of the movie he does have that pursuit, and there is a long chase.
Yeah.
And did you see those paint blooms that are going up in the air? They kind of remind you of sky flowers from like Land of the Dead.
Yeah, kind of.
They're probably. I imagine that they're using those to call for help. To either
maybe they're so spread out. I mean, it's just a huge wasteland.
You think they're maybe calling for help on that to bring other marauders in? So and we don't get a sense of what's going on in that trailer. We don't know if the marauders are after Charlize Theron or if they're after Mad Max because they have that rough cut where then it goes to Mad Max flipping, but that could be a totally different.
Or maybe they're just after anybody.
Anybody, yeah. So that would be interesting if they give him the title Road Warrior because he was badass in that pursuit special.
This guy was a bitch to hunt down.
Yeah. So they call him the Road Warrior, and that does make some sense though if they're gonna brand him as he's sterile. His genitals are intact. He's healthy. They have his blood type, and that he's universal donor. So that's kind of cool that in this time we don't have computers. We don't have any kind of identification. Yeah. So they actually branded on their backs. I can go with that. That sounds pretty cool. So I can't wait to see how this scene plays in context of the film.
I'll be taking bets on this.
I'm gonna be in the front row going, drink his piss. Drink his piss.